everyone. Welcome to the sauna classroom. Hope you're doing well. How are you all doing? Very good. Not cold. I heard it was cold in the morning. All right. I'm going to ask if you have a foldable, you're not writing it during this time. Okay? You have until 10 p.m. You can write it until 10 p.m., but now you don't need to do it. You're not going to get in trouble. You're not going to lose points, I promise you. So as soon as everyone's masks are on and their phones are away, we can begin. And your beautiful rainbow foldables should also be away. Don't be... Put it away now. If you're working on it during Module 5, that's not good for Module 5, right? That's Module 4. You can do it after. Don't stress about it. All right. I see a nose. Who knows what that nose is doing? I see 2 noses here. I see 3, 4 noses. I don't want to see your beautiful noses. Only your eyes. Okay. Beautiful. I still see some foldables out. Put them away. I see 1 foldable, 2, 3, 4, 5. Away. You do it later. Don't stress out. Do it later. 6, 7. I need 0 foldables out. We're not having any luck with it so far. Oh, I saw 1 foldable get hidden. Okay, good. 2, very good. I'm getting happier. 3, okay, it's in hiding. I'm being silly, but I'm also being serious. All right, good. Who's in charge? All right, show who's in charge of heating. I know that. Is anyone going to help with time? Oh, Laziz has got it. Anyone in charge of mask police? You? Okay, it's a big responsibility. All right. So if you could put your mask on, that would be really good. I see a couple noses. Huh? Don't have a mask? Come get a mask for free. Next one, $5. Thank you. Your nose. Robert, what's going on? Robert. All right, beautiful. Any other of those 10 people, 10 managers? Anyone want to pen manage? Yeah. Pen paper manager. Okay, good. So I don't think we need them, so maybe in a moment you can kind of put them all together so that they're not everywhere. You can do it after, however you want. Activity chart. You got it? All right, you can do it with each other. All right. All right, so our plan, is it all right if I shut this off so that the people in the back can hear me? Is that okay if I shut this off?
Yes.
It's good.
No, the other one.
This one?
Yes.
Can you hear me better now?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to do a fishbowl review activity. This whole assessment is about assessments. Dun dun dun. I see tears on your faces. But that's what we're going to do it about. It's going to be about assessment, but I will be actually doing all of this assessment with you, and I'm going to make it very easy, I hope. Just so that you know what's going to happen is you're going to get a unit from your textbook, And you'll need to create how many different assessments?
4.
4 for 4 different moments during the unit. And we're going to go through all of them, but I just want you to know what the assessment is, okay? All right. Yeah, we'll do something on assessment myths and a picture activity, which is not going to take an hour. Picture. All right, let's do it. Is everyone eyes up here?
Yes.
All right. 3, 2, 1. December 14th, 2021. Dear class, we will start with a review fishbowl activity. We will explore how to use Think, Pair, Share for assessing students. Then we'll learn about myths about assessments. We will explore ways to evaluate activities using assessments. I will share some sample videos as well for you to check out. Today we'll start class with a song. Oh, why not? What do you think it's about? Anyone? Song.
It's about assessment.
Oh my God, you got it. You got it. Sweet. So it is. It's about assessment and feedback. You heard the song already. Can we do a little bit of breathing and then we'll jump into the song? All right. So real quick, we'll just do what? Straw breath? Straw breath? Ocean breath? All right, we're going on ocean breath. We'll do 7 of them. All right. So everyone, relax your body. Please put your nose off over your mat, your face, and breathe in. Ocean. Thank you. Hold your breath for a moment. And breathe out. That's 1. Very good. Breathing in. Hold your breath for a moment. And breathe out. That's 2. Very good. Breathing in. Hold your breath for a moment. Breathe out. 3. We'll go to 5. Don't worry. Breathing in. Hold your breath for a moment. Breathe out. 4. Breathing in. Hold your breath for a moment. Breathe out. Okay, you can open your eyes. Let's all stand up. Sing along with the song. Breathing is one activity. Singing is another one. It's just a kind of silly song about feedback and assessment. Feedback and assessment are pretty connected. Oh, we have 3 friends. So I'm going to ask you to just do one thing. Just sing along. Is that all right? And the second thing would be, am I going to sing like this? Smile, but under your mask. Alright? Smile, but under your mask, alright? So we start from the beginning. Feedback is a wonderful thing. Some things that is a assessment for learning. Feedback bridges the gap between what we need to do. I agree with that point. It's a 3-minute song. Should we listen to it for a little bit and then sing it?
Yes.
All right, sit down.
Maybe louder.
I wish I could make it louder. I mean, that makes perfect sense. It's hard for me to sing it, and I listen to it.
Feedback bridges the gap between what we learned and what we need to learn next. How do you know what's supposed to be learned
Without a learning
without a learning intention? How do you know how well it's being learned
without the success criteria.
How do you phrase our learning intentions so
Everyone's engaged.
how do you negotiate success criteria and know that progress
Has been made.
has been made? Feedback is a wonderful thing. The best feedback is assessment for learning. Feedback bridges the gap between what we learned and we need to learn next. Keep the questions hot. What does this tell us about dot dot dot? What are the similarities
And differences
between
dot dot dot
How can we be sure that?
dot dot dot.
How can we explain?
Dot dot dot.
What do you think? How do you know? Why do you think that? Can you be sure? Do you have a reason? Is there another way? Tell me more. Oh, I see. Right? Then, yes, really? Go on. So, and I hear you. Sure. Does that seem right? So you're saying that feedback is a wonderful thing. The best feedback is assessment for learning. Feedback bridges the gap between.
All right, I think that's enough. So let's all stand up.
Is it done by you?
I wish. I'll take credit for it, but I didn't do that. All right, let's stand up. Let's do it. Sounds like me though, right?
Feedback is a wonderful thing.
All right, let's do it.
Feedback is a
Wonderful thing.
the best
Feedback is assessment for learning. Feedback bridges the gap between what we learn and what we need to learn next.
How do you
Know what's supposed to be learned without
without a
learning intention. Loosen up, loosen up, loosen up. It's
How
okay.
do you know how
So
much
it's
we
been learned without the success criteria. Dot dot dot.
How do you
Phrase a learning intention so everyone's engaged. Everyone.
How do you
Negotiate success criteria and know that progress has been made.
has been
Oh, I missed it. Sorry.
feedback
It's a wonderful thing.
the best
Feedback is assessment for learning.
feedback
Bridges the gap between what we learned and what we learn next.
the questions hot. What does this tell us
About
about dot
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 What are the similarities and the
differences
between dot dot
how you're overthinking. Hot.
How can we be sure that
Dot dot dot.
How can we
Explain. Dot dot dot.
What do
Do
you
you think?
How
Do you know?
Why
Do you think that?
Can you
Be sure.
Do you have a
Reason.
Is there another way? Tell me more. Oh, I see. Right? Then, yes, really? Go on. So, and I hear you. Sure. Does that seem right? So you're saying that feedback is a wonderful thing. The best feedback is assessment for learning. Feedback bridges the gap between what we learned and what we need to learn next. I like this.
All right, have a seat. Thank you. Thank you. Have a seat. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. All right. So we're gonna do a fishbowl activity. Can someone tell me what a fishbowl is? What's a fishbowl? What is this? It's an aquarium. Exactly.
It's like graphic organizer.
No, No. So I think with Tamrika, you did a fluency line, right? A circle. So a fishbowl, oops, a lot of things are popping up here. A fishbowl is a bowl, right? And what lives in it is a fish. You look outside and you see the fish inside. So what's going to happen is you're going to answer a discussion question, and one person from each table will stand and will imagine they are inside of what? The fish bowl, right? The fish bowl. And the other people, you are going to watch, like if Errol was your person, you watch and you write whatever he says or whatever he does. Let's say Dardona, right? Dardona?
Yes.
Got it? She's standing, her team is watching that fish. Because usually a fish bowl is not just one fish, it could be many fish, right? And we're going to have a fish bowl discussion. Is it clear? And then they'll have, about 3 minutes to discuss. And then another group of fish come swimming. Is that clear? You will see it in a second. It'll be super clear. You can look in the picture if you're a graphic type person. Usually a fishbowl has a teacher inside, a couple of volunteers on the inside, and all around, people watching. Usually people watching just means looking at their phone or waiting for their turn to talk, right? But I'm giving the watchers a job. What is the job the watchers are doing? Take notes on whatever their person said. Sound good? I think that it's clear. You don't need another picture of a fishbowl. So, it's a pretty straightforward question. It is this question. It is a quick kind of assessment of your understanding over this time. Let's all read it together. Okay, so 3, 2, 1. What is the most useful thing you have learned so far in the training? Why? So take a minute. I don't know if you need to write it or think about it. It can even be 20 seconds. Try to come up with a quick answer. You can write it down. I see some people writing it. What is the most specific? Don't just tell me, I learned activities I'm going to use next week. That is not specific. What is the most useful and specific thing? One thing, not 17 things. Right? Write it down. Or think about it, but I'd rather you write it, because if you write something, you'll remember it better. Thank you. I see someone writing. Love it. I see someone else looking through their previous knowledge. What is the most specific, useful thing you've learned? Nika? Why? From the beginning, we've been here so long. 3 weeks. Almost 4 weeks.
Only one?
Too many. Just one.
Only one?
Only one.
So many things.
You choose one. This is the directions. One useful. No answers. I learned everything. That doesn't show me you learned anything. Right? One. Bun. Pita. Yes, true. And give me a reason. Give a reason. Why was that important to you? You got something? Good. Fishbowl. We're about to start swimming. Are you ready? Beautiful. So take 20 more seconds. See some people writing. And then we're going to start swimming in a fishbowl.
Do not leave a beach,
Oh yeah, we haven't done that.
yeah.
Yeah, you could number it. It's a really good idea. I didn't think of it. Number your pages while you're waiting of your book. While waiting for everyone, number your pages for Module 5. We're going to do it in a very specific way, so just wait for a second. I do want to hear it though. Alright, take another minute to number your pages, and then we'll start. Number it, all of our pages are numbered, very good. Number writing, alright. "20 seconds, get numbering. We got this. Bless you, hopefully. Alright. 15 seconds, numbering, and then we're starting. You're ready, I can feel it. You should be the first volunteer to stand, because we're gonna have everyone who's in each table, one person stand, so you can totally do it. Alright, I need one volunteer from each table to stand up. One volunteer from each table to stand up. It's your table, you decide. You take the glory if you want it. You don't want it, you give it to Erbil. Very good. I see 4 volunteers. I see 5. I see 6. Yeah, you're part of their team. I need the last table to stand, and this table, one volunteer to stand. And I can start. We're not doing a good job, right? Very good. Thank you for standing. Very good. Thank you for standing. Okay. These are our fish. Very good. Thank you for standing, Shida. Our goldfish. Goldfish. Now, for the next 3 minutes, timer. Where's the timer? Where's the timer? Keep that timer on. Everyone will share. If you're not sharing, you're listening. If your fish talks, you write their idea. Okay? So, if Gulbahar shares something, that's not your fish. You need to stand. Fish, come back. You only write about your fish. Okay? You only write about your fish. It's clear, right?
Yes.
All right, ready, set, fishbowl. Ready, set, fishbowl. Anyone just share their idea? You need to stand up, fish. China. China. The whole point of the activity. I'm going to repeat it again because I see we don't understand. These people standing are talking. The people seated are writing. Okay? So do not sit down.
We should talk to the whole.
No. Only talk to the people standing. If this were to be correct, you would be standing in a fishbowl. Come. All the people come. We'll do it like this. Yes. Come. We're going to get this. Come in this fishbowl. This is my fish. Fish. Now, you stare at your fish. You write down about your fish. Alright? Are we ready, set? We say fishbowl. So ready, set, fishbowl. Begin.
During the training, I learned how to engage mixed levels in one task to work collaboratively, such as making posters or doing role plays based on multiple intelligences. As learners are not the same in terms of level, learning styles, and language.
Just one
They write whatever their fish said. All I heard was multiple intelligence. Write it down.
Yes.
Google multiple. Keep going. Okay, good. Next fish. Next person. Sure.
How to adapt one task to different multiple intelligence because every people has his own intelligence ability.
Very good. 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 Very Try to speak loud because the back people can't
One
hear you.
task to different multiple intelligence.
Okay, I also learned a lot of things, but I'd like to pick jazz chants because my students have difficulties how to pronounce and to stress the word sentences, and I'm sure it helps to improve the pronunciation and emphasize where to stress.
Mine is extra activity to cover all students' attention. That's all.
CLT methods because makes the lessons more autonomy and reduce affective focus.
Okay, I learned gradual release control. It can reduce the future responsibility and difficulty. Gradual release control.
If we teach in multiple ways according to multiple intelligence, students will feel motivated to learn and got more success.
Using graph organizers to review, and this involves all learners.
Okay. Did everyone share? All right, fishes go home. Everyone, let's say go home. Go home. Fishes go home. Okay. Let's get some more folks. One person new. I want you to see this. This is something you could do with your class. Fishbowl.
Okay.
So someone new. Come. One new person from each table. Come. Someone new. Make a circle. Maybe make the circle a little bigger so that everyone can hear.
Our
Good.
fish.
He looks like a good fish. I agree. Point your team. Point your team. All right. Fishbowl. We ready? Ready, set, fishbowl. Loud.
TPR, teaching and learning with movement and action.
I learned the differences between task and activity.
I learned during feedback not only individually but collectively.
I can select the idea about differentiated instructions. I think they are helpful for both teachers and students to do some tasks successfully because we have mixed level students. They need instruction according to their needs and levels.
The most specific useful thing I have learned in swimming is to encourage people in little accent. Even they make mistakes. Mistakes are proof that they are improving. Don't correct mistakes while students are speaking.
SLSers, they can give ideas how to teach.
Did everyone share?
Yes.
All right, go home. Go home. She didn't share. I don't know.
Stages of lesson planning are
SLA,
because I haven't let my students perform
give
the
ideas.
three activities.
Okay. Hope you got that. I don't know how you're writing it by not writing it, but the whole activity is writing it. Okay. Let's get new fishes. New fishes. New fishes.
I'm not going to be a fish.
Don't be a fish. You can be a shark. All right. We got everyone in? Okay? All right, ready, set, go. Fishbowl.
Don't forget scaffolding when you give a task to your students to decrease effective lower.
Effective filter.
Filter.
Filter, filter. Nice.
I have one more is graph organizer because it can give students easy and quickly how to see.
I have learned about Canva infographic program, and which is effective in
to teach my pupils in my classes much more inductive way, and I want to improve my lesson collaboratively way much more incorporatively.
I have learned built-in syllabus and take into consideration students' accountability.
The most specific thing in this course for me, total physical response. I mean how to use this approach, especially in primary grades.
How to clarify differences between prescriptive and descriptive approach. This is the most interesting and important thing I've learned so far.
All right. Go home. Go home. Fishes go home.
How many fishes have you eaten?
How many did he eat? We have to ask him. No, the shark is waiting. Okay, so we're not going to do everyone, but that is our activity. It's called Fishbowl. And it's a nice way to assess, but also hopefully have people listening to each other.
Yeah, and writing.
And writing. It's a way of assessing. You taught something. I think it was Lo, or maybe it was you, sir. Did you talk about perform?
Yes.
This is an example of perform. Right?
Yes.
You've taught something, now teacher is quiet. I don't know the and you see what they are able to do alone, without you. Right? It's an example of an assessment. Right?
Yes.
It's an assessment, so I wanted to do it. Yeah. All right. So, we'll do this one really quickly, and then I have some more information for you. I would like you at your table groups to come up with a list of as many assessments that you know.
Easy questions.
So, the first question is, what kinds of assessments are used here? Second one, which type of assessment do you like most? And I would love for you as a table to create a list. Let's see who can create the most types of assessments. Okay? Timer, where you at? Timer. Oh, there you are. How long do we need for this? I think 3 minutes. If you give too much time, people don't. 3 minutes. Table spirit. Go. Woo! Okay. Thank you. You can sit down. Thank you for your help. Go ahead.
What kinds of, for example, I know about formative, summative,
Create a list. Let's see who can get the most. Who can get the most? Sure.
You said that at the end we should create a list of...
That was a mistake. I'll fix it right now. Thank you. I didn't even see it.
Objective, for example, when it's a test, the teacher has the answers, for example, and the teacher only trusts his intuition wrong. And the subjective means because there is no one standard.
If you want to get examples of things, you could also give examples.
Yeah, for example, objective is true false, but actually each type of assessment you like something
30 seconds, 30 seconds. Which group gets the most? Count your assessments. How many you get? How many? Okay, show me on your fingers how many assessments you came up with. I see 6. I see 6. I see, is that 7? I see 7. I see 12. I see 5. 14?
Yes.
Okay?
Really? 14?
Well, the thing is, there's the big ideas, formative, summative, but then there's the examples. So maybe they're combining them. That's okay. So, let's hear just a couple of lists. We're going to hear them and then we'll echo it, okay? One person says one answer, and what do?
Echo.
Echo. Okay, so anyone, just raise your hand and then I'll point to you, or how should we do it? Should I use the magic hat?
Yes.
Do we want the magic hat right now? Magic hat. All right, ready, set.
Go.
No. Okay.
That's right.
Really magic. Really magic.
Okay, formative assessment.
Okay. The next person. Oh, I didn't. We lost her. Okay. Next person.
Dictation maybe.
Dictation. Okay.
Maybe. Just echo, yes?
Echo. Echo the answer.
How to express English
Next one.
Formal assessment.
Informal assessment.
Portfolio. I will get 2 more and then we're rolling. Essay is definitely an assessment.
What does 45?
She ran away. She knew.
Gulshanoi 14. Progress check.
Progress check. Please.
Gülhayo 49.
Writing essay.
Writing an essay. Have we heard that one?
Jamila 5.
Final assessment.
Final.
All right. So this whole assessment that we're going to do is about assessments. Okay? I'm going to ask you to do 2 things. The first one is think of a picture in your imagination. What do you picture when you think of assessment? So just choose one picture in your head. Use your visual imagination skills. And the next thing you'll write down is words. And you're going to need to write this. Anyone who says they're writing in their head is just not writing. Okay? you're not following the directions, but I'm asking you, write any other words. It could be the words you heard or other words that you think when you think of assessment. You were to write the 5 most important words. What 5 words would they be? So just write that for a moment. What words would you associate, like a cloud? Word cloud, mind map. Oh, this word, that word, that word. Just write them, because I'm gonna show it for a second. Just get them quickly, 20 seconds. Just get a list, and then I'm gonna show something. Five to 7 words connected with the idea of assessment. What would they be? All right, 10 more seconds of writing. Okay. Some people are still writing. I'll wait. Okay, person 1 in a buddy up is going to ask question 1. Right? Person 2 will answer. And then 1 can share their ideas.
Okay.
Person 2 will ask question 2. Okay, and then person 1 answers, and then they just share their ideas. Okay, so buddy up. Go ahead. I'm listening for these questions. Ask the questions. Love this one. Thank you. Very good. I think that we shared. Are there any words that you want to just share out loud? You can just say one. Anyone here? Let's hear people's words. Any other words? Yeah, just go.
Word silence, papers, teacher, student, time, stress, pressure.
Ooh, okay. You choose the next person. Just point to them.
I put some other words for assessment. It's a feedback, it's learning, it's peer assessment, checklist, self-reflection, formative, summative forms.
It's like all of them. Okay.
Choose one.
You choose someone.
When I think about assessment, the kind of words come to my mind: review, checking, production, and students' achievement.
When I think of an assessment, I first image the graphic organizer for test and the symbols of ticking.
Oh yeah, right, wrong.
Yes.
All right. Some people in the back are really hungry to share. Medina, give them a chance. choose someone.
Please.
The first picture that comes to me is a scale. One side state standards, one side knowledge of the pupils, and the words assessment. After the assessment, grading, analyzing, go back, work on mistakes, and plan for change.
Okay, I think Malika?
Yeah.
Yeah, Malika really wants to share.
So, the words when I see the bar of assessment, exam, test, satisfaction, strict criteria, rubric, and being nervous and watchback. It can be positive or negative.
It could be positive or negative. Probably more negative. Okay. Last person, I see. Go ahead.
For the first question, what do you picture when you think of assessment? I'll imagine that tree of assessments. So according to my learner's level, I will pick up one of them and use.
Use the right
And,
ones.
Before I come here, I imagined assessment or test or essay, but after learning a lot of ways how to check my learner's level, formative and summative assessments are better for me.
Are helpful. Okay, thank you. So now, I'm going to show a picture of an assessment. If that is what you imagined, she imagined a tree, right? She had a very specific image. If this picture that you see is something that you thought of when you had to do your, imagining, I will ask you to stand up. So, can someone tell me what am I asking you to do? You're going to see a picture and you need to?
Is it the same for us? If it is the same as we imagined it, we are going to stand up.
Beautiful. So, here's the first example. Please stand up if this is what you thought. Okay, so I'm seeing about 12 people standing. They're not bad, they're good people, right? There's nothing wrong. This is just one form. Does anyone who's standing want to share something? This is an activity, by the way. It's called stand up. So if someone wants that, we can add it after. But yeah, you want to share something?
I imagined the picture like students sitting at the desk alone and they are doing the assessment without speaking. It is silent and the teacher has more free time.
Okay. Anyone else who's standing want to share?
Maybe this kind of a picture for my summative assessment. My students are sitting quietly and doing their exams independently.
Yeah.
Following strict criteria.
Okay.
Maybe that taking the entrance exam or Olympiad.
It could be even before the school year starts, right? Like to see their level before. Okay.
Usually students sit together on one desk, but in the assessment time they sit alone and not to copying, in order to make not copying from each other. They sit quietly.
I would just add in the standardized assessment time. Because remember, there's many ways of assessment, but you are correct. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
Standard is, like those exams that we take. But yeah, that makes sense, yeah?
I also imagine such kind of environment when I think about the assessment and without the phones, I say. Here's existing phones, yes?
They are using phones? I don't know why.
Yeah, it's just prohibited to use not only the assessment.
In our culture.
You know what? Those are calculators. This is a math class. All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for sharing. Have a seat. All right. Hussein, please stay present. Please stay present. Please. Okay, I'm going to show you the next picture. This is what you thought of. Please stand. If this is something that came into your head as a form of assessment, and there's nothing wrong.
Not our traditional assessment.
Of course not. It's a different form.
It's project work.
Yes, it's
Or
a
maybe portfolio.
work.
Yes. We use
Poster
it for their
presentation.
project.
Poster
Peer
presentation.
assessment, yeah?
Peer assessment, it may be.
Because they give feedback to one another according to their answers.
Or they're presenting their project.
It looks, what does it look like? To me, it looks like they're both present. What does it look like? Pair work. Okay, anything else?
Presentation of the project work.
It seems they're presenting. So you told me this does not look like a typical assessment in Uzbekistan. So what are the forms that you use?
No, we do such
I don't know because no one's standing. Notice, no one is standing. Yeah, but no one's standing. Okay, one person is standing, so that means someone thought of this.
Yeah.
Do you want to share with us?
Okay, we use that kind of assessment in our project lessons. We
Very
use that
okay.
kind of projects, and students may in pair or with group can share their product. Yes, I think.
Okay.
The thing that they learned during the unit.
Yeah. The whole.
Every 6 lessons we have one project work at the end of the unit. And they work in groups, and we give them time to do like this presentation. And when they finish, they go in turns to the board and present their work.
Teacher. Okay.
Yeah, and teacher assess.
And also,
If you need to stand if you agree with.
yeah, this kind of assessment is devoted to 1 hour, and for 45 minutes they will do this kind of project and present it.
And before the project lesson, one lesson before, we tell them next lesson is going to be project.
Yeah.
Please bring your scissors, colored pencils, papers, and we are going to do project next lesson.
Yeah.
We say them necessary things to bring.
So they know what to bring.
In conclusion, there are several types of assessments in Uzbekistan. Yes, you know? And we have both pictures, yeah? For example, at the end of the school year, we have exams also, like in the first picture. But in portfolio and project lessons, we can assess our pupils' knowledge about the unit by presenting something, yeah? In portfolio and project lessons.
But even in math exams, pupils are not allowed to use calculators.
Okay. So we know that's from America because they were using them.
I couldn't get your.
Yeah.
She was saying that you do both of these in Uzbekistan. They're both 2 different ways of
It's a kind
assessing.
of formative, not summative. It's kind of formative assessment. After each unit, we just use this.
But both of them are existing in Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
Okay. I think Rehan wants to share something.
In portfolio also, students can illustrate their their knowledge independently, such like presentation.
Yeah. It's funny when I'm looking at this. This reminds me. Hussein, stay present. Please stay present, okay? Stay here. Don't go on the trip, okay? I remember when I was teaching, I just want to say, when you do the first picture, it kind of feels really powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Everyone's quiet, and they're all. I kind of enjoy that feeling because sometimes their students are talking too much, but you know what I mean? They're both different feelings, also. You wanted to say something? Yeah, I don't know. No, okay.
Pupils enjoy doing such kind of works.
I think they enjoy it a little more because they have a little more
In the
ownership.
first picture, just teachers will enjoy it.
Exactly. Teachers love that, right?
Yes.
Be quiet. Do the writing. I do the grading. Right? I know that. All right, thank you. You can have a seat. This activity is called Stand Up. So maybe, I guess, Nigora? Okay. Maybe Nigora can write it. You could add it to an activity, but you could use this activity with anything, right? I bet you the students may or may not stand, but you could do it like examples of sentences. Stand up if you think it's true. Stay seated if it's false. So you see, it's also an assessment. Right? Stand up. Stand up if you agree. It's also an assessment, right? Maybe not summative, but it's called informal. No one even knew I was assessing them.
Not planned.
It's not planned, but it is planned. It is planned because I have it over here. All right, nice. Now we're going to move to this third one. This is not a picture. If you did not add these, I would encourage you to add them. I believe that you have in your books somewhere a terminology chart list, don't you? Yeah. So, I think some of them are slightly filled, but they're not all there, right? The chart is slightly filled for you, but it's missing things. So I was going to just spend the next 7 minutes or 5 minutes. If there's any of these words that are unfamiliar or we can just kind of clarify them, you should add some of these to your assessment terminology chart so that maybe when you're writing your assessment tomorrow, you could use some of these concepts. And we're going to go through them. Like we're going to do activities related to them. But just looking at them, are there any that you're kind of like, I don't understand? Or this doesn't make sense? When I'm looking at washback, I personally, that to me is like laundry. I don't know what that means. So that one I'm not familiar with. Are there any up here that you're looking at and you're thinking, oh, I don't know?
Ethics, I don't know.
Ethics, yeah. Ethics is like moral values. I'm trying to figure out how that's connected with assessment.
Yes. It's a question.
I think it's a little bit like prescriptive and descriptive, maybe. If I'm only doing, the traditional prescriptive way, I'm not balancing with descriptive. But I could be wrong on that. But does that kind of make sense? As teachers, we should be, ethical. When we do an assessment, we don't want to just put everyone did good. We want to, give a little feedback. I think that this is what it means. Is like, following, I could be wrong. I'm just giving you my sense. Ethics is about your values. What you believe is true, what you believe is right. I need to research that after. I have not seen that before. What was the other one?
Can I say what?
Washback.
Washback. I want to double check it. Does someone have an idea? To me, it has to do with laundry. Does someone have an idea?
Yeah, can you share?
Yeah, share it. Go ahead.
Washback is a feeling when your students, how they have felt themselves after doing a kind of assessment. For example, after doing the tests.
Okay.
Any kind of assessments and how they feel. It can be positive or negative. For example, if they have not any questions after the test, it is a positive washback. If they have still the questions and say that, oh, I haven't done it in a right way, it's called a negative washback. I think so.
So that sounds like a really smart explanation. So it's kind of like we teach something and then the students say back whether they understood it or they feel positive or negative about what we taught. That makes a lot of sense. Can we look at this example? Because it sounds very similar.
Like your reflection?
It sounds like a reflection to me. Kind of like the extent where a test affects teaching and learning. Teaching and learners do this. They would not usually do it if there were no tests. Processed products are affected by washback. Hopefully this will come up more, but you're giving us a general sense, I think. It's generally if we feel positive or negative about what we learned. Is that right? Okay.
Can we say feeling of the learner?
The feeling of the learner. All right. Thank you. Any other words?
Validity. How is it connected with assessment?
Reliability? Which one?
It's near washback.
Validity. Someone's got an idea. You got one. Shaida's got one. What do you think? Validity.
So I try that, and this is the validity is how much is appropriate in the test that you choose for your assessment, and is your answer and the question is appropriate for you, and that means that rubrics is how much this rubrics work for your assessments. There are the
Okay.
between the questions and the topics that you choose.
Okay. So how much? I couldn't hear it. I heard the how much pride. You're so far away, Shaida. I can't. All right. You want to add something, Malika? I couldn't hear all the points, but.
Can you show the previous picture?
Yes, ma'am. This one?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to say that reliability and our
let her finish.
For having reliable assessment, you should take the reliable materials. And for example, for being authentic, you should take the authentic materials for testing your students. It's a kind of like this.
Okay.
Can I add something?
Yeah, go. Yeah.
Teachers make tests and send it to the man, and then they check the teachers' tests are available for our students' levels or standardized tests. If they allow us, then it will be valid test for us. Is it?
Yeah. So I guess, like what you're saying, there's different ways of measuring students, right? And I don't know if you heard this from Tamrika, but there's no one assessment that is the right or best assessment, right? Have you heard that before? There's just different options. Here are the two concepts if you wanted to see them. Validity is how well a test measures, whatever you want to measure. And reliability, like you were saying, you have one test, IELTS or whatever it is, and how reliable is it in showing, whatever the thing that you wanted to test. All right. Real quick. So hopefully, and if these don't come up, you'll let us know. All right, we want to be able to answer at least some of these. Sefer, we've done that one. Informal? We've done that a little bit. All right. So, I think that is that. So, I'm going to ask you to write down at least 4 or 5 of these, if you could, in your chart that you think are important. Just take 2 minutes. Even if you don't have the definition now, hopefully it will come up. No, hopefully it will. Just so you can have it for later. Write down whatever you think are important. Let's say they're all important, but some of them are better than others for our reality. So methods is pretty important. Literacy, practicality, informal, formal. Just write a couple that you can add to your list so that you have more options. All right. And I would say, thinking in terms of your assessment, you're going to have an assessment tomorrow. Maybe you want to make a rubric. That could be a concept to add. Think about your assessment for tomorrow. Which of these may be helpful for you? You're going to create 4 different assessments. So start planning. Oh, maybe rubric. Right? Maybe something else. Objectives. Write down those words, those new assessment terms that would be helpful. You want to add something?
Yes, I want to add a kind of, because of holistic and analytic assessment too. For example, analytic assessment, we measure our students' knowledge according to the different aspects. For example, speaking, writing, or listening. I will assess my students speaking in one scale and writing in one scale, in one rubric. But in a holistic assessment, I will involve all. I will summarize the result in one rubric, not each one separately, but in a whole rubric.
So it's like you would not have different levels, you just have one thing.
Now, for example, I will summarize. For example, his speaking is like the advanced, but reading it can be intermediate level, yes? But I will use one rubric for assessing two all in together, I will write.
I got it. Holistic and analytical.
Yes. Yes, my total score, it is a holistic assessment. Am I right?
It sounds perfect to me, because if one is holistic, it's overall, and analytical is each part.
Yes, each part.
Yes. You're completely on target. down a term that you think would be helpful. Oh, like, so example. Oops, sorry. Let's say you're looking at this, and you can also read through these. I'm sorry. Thank you. I ran away. Which terms do you think, without even knowing, just from our short discussion, could be important for when you teach, for when you assess? So to me, I'm thinking authenticity is important. So I would write that word here. I would try to figure out, are my materials authentic? I don't see it there. Oh, you're right, authentic. So you're going to write another one that is not there. Is that clear? Yeah. So try to write at least 3 or 4 that you think are important. Yeah. Like what else? Svet. He mixed Russian and Uzbek.
I watched your Uzbek video on Facebook.
It's getting there. I need more practice.
Going again.
Blank places we should write from this point.
Exactly.
Collecting what should we need in order to teach. Yes.
Yes.
In order to assess.
To assess.
In order to assess.
Yep. Take another 30 seconds, a minute. Just write a couple of these words down. Define them when you can.
Objectives.
Very important. Methods, the way that you teach, like the way that you would, what method would you use? Just by repeating the words, by writing, Washback, we said, was students' feedback, right? If they're positive or negative about the way it happened. This is what I understood from Malika's explanation. And I realize these are just words. Like, we're going to go through them more, but... Okay. 20 words. Even if you don't define them yet, I think it's enough. So... Assessment is an exciting topic. It makes our heart beat hard. Okay. People are still writing. Okay. I got my eye on you. Oh, I wasn't even referring to that, but you could see. But isn't that what teachers are supposed to do? Okay. You don't miss a moment. All right. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. Right? My eyes are everywhere. All right, beautiful. We are moving forward, but we're not done with this. Check out your assessment myth. True, you think it's true. False, you think it's false. I do not have it.
Page 5.
Laziz, how much time should we give? 2 minutes? 2 minutes. 2, 3 minutes. 2.5, 3 minutes.
Okay.
The back of this room is so large. A lot of them are more on one side. All right. So in about 20 seconds, 30, we're going to do that standing thing. We're all going to read the example together, and we'll move on the two sides of the room. True is this side, false is that side, and that's what's going to happen.
But I think all of these statements are false.
Yes.
The majority of them are, possibly, but we want to hear your thinking about why or why not.
False here, yes?
False there, true there. So everyone, stand up. You don't want to do standing up? Okay. But can we do standing, or you don't want to do moving? You want to just do this? It's up to you. I mean, if you want to keep sitting for 2 hours, it's up to you. I think standing is better. Do some movement. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Otherwise, everyone's going to fall asleep here. Stand up. Let's read the first one together. What does it say? Assessment is just test. Move your body. False?
Yes.
I think we know why, right? Anyone want to give me one reason why? What's the reason?
We have
Thank you. All right. 2. Assessment is the best way to evaluate students' learning.
Because we have got formative assessment, we can check them, evaluate them during lessons.
Okay.
But after the formative assessment,
They're not going to hear you when you're talking.
they are
Move your body. Move your bodies to wherever you think. It is
Shake your
correct.
body, shake your body.
Yeah, shake your body to that side of the room. If it's false, this side true. Come on. Clearly, you can't be in the middle. Rustam. So you think it's true or false? You're on the true side. Okay, good. No one's in the middle.
Second question, yes?
Number 2. Oh. All right, good. All right, good. Let's hear from a true person.
Okay.
Go ahead.
After some formative assessment, final assessment, I mean summative assessment is the best way to review all the materials they learned. So I think it's true.
Okay.
No, this is not review.
It's evaluating, yes.
Evaluating
is not reviewing.
If you're going to talk, I will just ask you to come forward because I see you want to talk, so go ahead. She has an idea. Yeah.
Final exam, in my point, it is not a review. It is not the best way. It is said that the best way to evaluate is final exam. It is not the best way.
Okay. It's one way.
It's one way.
Yeah, it's one of the way, but we can also check our students' knowledge with formative assessment. But why do you assess by summative way? Everybody do this? Yeah?
Because we should use different types of assessment.
No, in the final time, you do
Not the best
this
way,
not
it's
the
the
best
best
way.
way.
Not the best only way.
Okay.
Because it doesn't
So it's an interesting thing because I would assume most common are exams, right? It's the most common way. Maybe it's the best or not. We have different views, so that's good. Difference is good.
We have learned about multiple intelligence and a lot of learning styles, and we can say this is the best way. We have a lot of intelligence and we have a lot of styles.
It only helps the linguistic type, right? It's only for one type of person.
It's not suitable for all styles or intelligence, so we can say this is the best way.
The only thing I would think is no one said in this example what the exam is. So you see what I mean? That's just one point, right? We don't know what the exam looks like. But we probably are assuming it looks traditional. Let's read number 3 because we don't want to spend... But together, 3, 2, 1. Okay, people are thinking true or false. Performance, you're performing something. Authenticity is just, I think, more true or false. I believe so. Authenticity, I want to know.
Real things.
Real things.
Can I say?
Sure. Go.
The performance assessment are done because of the authenticity. For example, it's a reality, just we can say. When the student can perform
on the board and he or she will just describe their own opinion and perform as what they like, what they want. And teacher can assess according to their proficiency, according to their knowledge, according to their performing, how they can perform on the stage. And it's more interesting than other assessments, I think.
Assessing on the stage, assessing on the page.
Yes.
I like that. Okay. You should, yeah. You're in the middle. You need to be on one side.
I think that it's
Okay.
true because by performing assessment,